YouTube, how are you doing? What is going on, guys? It's your boy Ghostface here, back again with the video. Today, ladies and gents, we're playing some more Call of Duty World War II. I got another gameplay commentary for you guys, and we're going to be playing some hardpoint, just some ranked play. I want to talk to you guys. I got some World War II in the background, some relatively old gameplay. It's like a week old, so don't worry about it. These are one of my playset matches from Ranked Play Season 2. I wouldn't post it if it wasn't a dub. I'm like currently 4-0 my ranked play placements right now. I'm not really trying to rush through them because I want to get a good placement, and it's kind of hard because I want to make sure that my friends are online. I'm not solo queuing in ranked play anymore. I've had enough of that shit. Okay, so unless flex members are online or my friends who aren't in flex but I know that they're good, if I don't have friends online, I'm not playing ranked play. I'm just gonna keep it simple. But some news came out the other day that not a lot of people are talking about, and it's kind of surprising. I'm not surprised that the regular public matchmaking YouTubers aren't making videos about it because it doesn't necessarily concern them. But this is something very revolutionary, and it's actually never happened in Call of Duty history, specifically COD esports. But this has never happened in COD history, period, and I just think it's very interesting that they're deciding to do this. So let's get right into it. So Charlie Intel, one of the most reputable, probably the most reputable source outside of Sledgehammer Games himself, posted on Twitter that CWL announced DLC 1 map Valkyrie will be added to the CWL rule set starting February 20th. Now, Valkyrie is actually a remake of some sort of Detroit from Advanced Warfare. And I know a lot of you guys are asking, well, what's CWL if you guys don't follow competitive? I'm just going to sum it up for you guys. You guys shouldn't be watching the video if you don't know what competitive is, but I'll sum it up for you. CWL is basically the Call of Duty World League. They are the organization that holds most of the COD esports events, LAN tournaments as well as online tournaments. All the big events are held by CWL. And they've decided to take one of the DLC maps from DLC 1 known as Valkyrie, which is a remake of Detroit from Advanced Warfare. They decided to add that remake to the map rotation for the competitive map rotation. And I think this is very interesting, and this has actually never happened before. The competitive community has never added DLC maps to their competitive rotation, and it blows my mind, and it's really revolutionary because 9 times out of 10 this is not going to be the last time this happens. Even though Valkyrie is a remake and Detroit was a competitive map back in AW, it's very interesting that they're deciding to add more maps to the competitive rotation of Call of Duty World War II. I'm just going to run through some of the maps that we have right now. Arden's Force is a competitive map. Obviously, you have Hardpoint, Capture the Flag, and Search and Destroy on Arden's. Gibraltar has Hardpoint. Flag Tower has CTF. What is the other one? Saint Marie has all the game modes, TTF, Hardpoint, and S&D. London Docks also has all the game modes, S&D, Hardpoint, and CTF. Like, there's just so many maps in the rotation. Not a lot, because some of these maps are really bad, and a lot of people actually decide not to play these maps. A lot of the competitive players, myself included, make gentlemen's agreements not to play these maps because some of these maps are really bad. And that leads to really repetitive map play in LAN events. For example, right now the LAN League is going on for competitive. I'm not going to explain it too much, but it is a consecutive 4 or 5 weeks of LAN play, and it's really fun to watch. But the problem is, most of the pro teams don't want to play maps like Gibraltar or Flat Tower or London Dock CTF. Like, people just, as a community and as a competitive community, people don't want to play a lot of these maps. A lot of these maps don't play very well for competitive. So therefore, during LAN events, most people are end up just playing London Docks over and over again, Saint Marie over and over again. You rarely ever see a Gibraltar or a Flag Tower, and that's only if they're trying to challenge themselves in that map. They never actually do it because they're good at it. They always play that map because they're trying to challenge the other team, and that's bad. The fact that we only play like usually 3 or 4 maps out of the multiple maps that we have in the rotation, it's kind of weird. So I think it's good that they're adding more maps. I just think it's interesting that they're adding a DLC map, and even though, like I said, it's a remake of an old competitive map from Advanced Warfare, one, we don't know how it's going to play on boots on the ground. Detroit was the smallest map in Advanced Warfare. It was a city-based map. Valkyrie, the setting is different, but it's the same layout as Detroit. if you guys don't really understand what I mean by that, think of like Retaliation from Infinite Warfare. Retaliation is a remake of Resistance from MW3. It has the exact same map layout, however, it has a different setting. So think of that when you think of Valkyrie. Valkyrie's setting is Adolf Hitler's Wolf Lair, but it's the map layout is the exact same as Detroit from Advanced Warfare. So we don't know how that's going to play because these are two different movement systems, so I'm not really sure how that's going to work. I can imagine it'll play average because it is a city map, or at least it's based off of a city map, so it's not going to be that bad. But I'm really interested to see how it's going to play and if people are really going to like it, because they can add as many maps as they want, but if the maps don't play well, we still aren't going to like playing them. So this is very interesting information, and I don't think this is the only map that is going to be added during the year. I think during DLC 2 and DLC 3 we're going to be getting at least 2 more maps to the competitive rotation, because it just doesn't make sense for them to just add Valkyrie unless they really believe that Valkyrie is the best map that they've ever created, which probably isn't true. So it's safe to say that Sledgehammer is going to add more DLC maps, and when they do, some of those competitive maps, some of those DLC maps are going to become competitive maps. And I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. By the way, this is not going to be, people are not going to be charged by playing competitive on these maps. What I mean by that is, these maps will be available in custom matches, so if you don't end up buying the season pass or the map packs in general, you can still play competitive on these maps, which I think is amazing, because when I first read this, I immediately thought, holy shit, they're going fully cash hungry and they're making us buy DLC to play competitive. That is ridiculous. I went on a whole rant with all of my Flex members, and then I looked into it and I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. They're actually not doing that, and they're going to be available in custom matches for all the competitive players who play on wagers and online tournaments. So if you play competitive and you're scared of wasting money on this game because you don't really enjoy the game, you don't have to pay an extra $50 or $15 to play these new competitive maps. They're going to be available in custom matches online and offline. That's what they said during the stream when they announced this. But I want to know you guys' thoughts on this, because this is a really interesting idea, and this has never been done in Call of Duty history, so I don't know anybody's thoughts on this besides my own and my teammates. So what are you guys' thoughts on this? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please sure to smash that like button, subscribe as always, check out all my other recent videos, and well, out of the way, guys, it's been a really good Face here. YouTube, I'll see you fucking later.